What's going on, guys? I hope y'all having a great day. Today we're going to be restoring this 70-year-old front grille on my 1951 Dodge B-Series 1.5 ton dually. You guys see we got the butterfly hood already taken off. We've been doing a lot of work on the body. We're about ready for primer. We just picked out our color today. It's going to look great, guys. I can't wait to show you guys what the color choice is. But today we're going to be setting you guys up on a time lapse. This thing is in some pretty bad shape, but hopefully we can clean it up pretty good today and keep our original grille. We have a little bit of a dent, so we're going to have to figure that thing out. Either try to see if we can hit that out, try to straighten it out best we can. Underneath our grill inlays, we had some rust starting to build up pretty bad. We also got to probably drill out these things because they're stripped out, and I don't know why they're stripped out.
If you take the inlays out, these will pop out. He's got one bolt right here and one bolt right here, and these on both sides, and they both should pop out like this. The top ones did.
Okay, cool,
so,
cool.
I don't think you got to take these out. They are rusted, like he said.
Yes, I think there's bolts like he was just mentioning. We've already taken one out. The inner one is already out and loose, but the one on this side we still got to loosen up and take it off. By the way, Dippin' Diesel here. Check out his shirt, repping his own merch. Dude. His link will be top in the description. Make sure you guys are checking out his YouTube channel. He's always giving me a hand around here, and he's always making some pretty good videos on his channel too. He daily uploads, or if not daily, then every other day. So we're gonna get to work, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, make sure you smash that like button. If you're new, consider subscribing to the channel. We've got a ton of things coming for this truck, and you don't want to miss out on it. So hit those push notifications as well so you get notified each and every time we upload a video. Let's jump into it. so I hope you're enjoying the time lapse so far. It's been fun, but hey, it has been giving us a little bit of difficulty here and there. We had to go, I think 40 grit, yeah, we went 40 grit, 80 grit, 180 on this entire thing, where we couldn't fit the DA. You can see we were using that flap disc on that grinder where we couldn't fit that or a DA. We were hitting it all by hand. We had to drill out a couple holes where just the bolts would not come out. They were just so old and rusted on. We had to drill some out, I think a total of 4, but we got everything completely stripped off this thing. We went ahead and cleaned it, and we're gonna tack cloth it right before we're ready to prime, and that's what we're about to do right now. So we're gonna actually move this onto the side of the house so it doesn't get overspray on any of my vehicles or my concrete. We got a tarp set up, and it's not the best conditions to spray outside, but hey, this ain't professional. You know, we don't have a paint booth, and we're doing everything in the house and the garage. It's a 70-year-old truck, so don't freaking hit me up in the comments why I'm not in a paint booth. I don't own a paint booth. We're gonna hit it with 3 coats, hit it with 400, see where our low spots are, and go from there. Probably hit it with 3 more coats of this high build urethane primer. Let's check it out right here. This is the primer we're gonna be using today. It's a 2K arc primer, so it's gonna be a high build product. Got our activator here. I believe it's a 2-to-1 ratio, no 4-to-1 actually. 4-to-1, 2 to 4 wet coats, 10 to 15 minute flash time, an hour and a half to 2 hours dry time. So we're not actually going to be able to get the dry time in this video, so we're going to hit it with our 3 coats, let it dry, and then in the next video you guys will see the update on the front clip. So let's go ahead and get this thing ready for primer and see what it looks like. Alrighty guys, so I'm not a professional at this, but I do know the basics. So we got our 4-to-1 ratio. We just talked about that with our primer and our activator. So we'll go to our cup, our measuring cup. They're all the same. You might have a different brand, but they're all going to be the same. 4-to-1 ratio. So if we want to go up to the 6, we're not going to go that high, but say we did, we'll just stay on our 6. We'll go 4-to-1, 4-to-1, and then if we needed to add another 10%, 20%, 30%, you guys can see the corresponding number is right above it. So it all is like a graph. It's like a graph separated by double bars on either side. So we're just going to not worry about the 10, 20, and 30%. We'll just go to the 4-to-1. So we'll do 6 parts. If, you know, for our example, primer, we'll go up to the next 6 for our 1 ratio of activator. So that's kind of how that works, guys. We're going to be using a strainer. I don't think we're going to need that much for this. We're going to probably just go to the 5 to 5 to start with. If we need to go more, which that might even be too much, honestly, we'll start the 4. Yeah, we'll start with the 4 and then go from there. So
what he's talking about, the column, is say you go to the 4, always stay with the same number. So if you fill to the 4 with the base, which that would be our primer, you fill to the 4 with the activator, you would go to the other 4. So always stay in line with whatever number you are going with. And
yeah, we just got this cheap old gun here with a water separator. We are going to get a better gun for the base coat and the clear coat, but for the primer I kind of just want to use a cheap gun. I know people say that's your most important coat, you shouldn't use a cheap gun for the primer, but hey, it's got the right tip on it, it lays a good fan, and I think it'll be okay. We're going to do a test panel before we start shooting. I'm going to try not to make an absolute mess. We got a tarp underneath us in case I do. I'm going to have Dip and Diesel behind.
So you're
tell me when we're close.
4-to-1. You're going to keep going. You're at the 1.
It's coming through the strainer right now.
Full.
Yeah, it's coming through the strainer right now.
You might want to stop right there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
You might need to add a little bit more, but
wait a second.
I'll probably go up to the 3 a little bit, probably 3.5.
If we go a little bit over, a little bit less, it's not that big a deal. We'll just keep that in mind when we do our activator. Stuff's pretty thick. The strainer's just really fine. 4-to-1. Look at this.
Yeah, you're going to right there.
Yep. Add a little bit more.
That's probably too much.
If it is, it's okay. Probably need a little bit more than less anyway. We'll just keep that in mind when we do our activator.
So there's 4 right there.
Alright, so now that it's in our cup, we're not really worried about a strainer. This is straight out of the bottle and it's sealed. So I'm not going to worry about straining our activator. So, see our seal right here. Bam.
You move that freaking thing so you can't really see the level of it now.
We'll be able to see it here in a second though. right there, right?
Yeah.
Pretty good. All right, and we'll just seal our activator back up so when we go to pour next time, there's no contaminants in it. Now we're gonna mix it up with our clean wooden stick. Just give it a little mix. We got our tack cloth that we're gonna be tacking it down seconds before we prime. So within a couple seconds, we're gonna hit it with the tack cloth. And it's sealed in a bag, so it doesn't have no dirt or nothing like that in it. So we'll stir this up for a minute, guys. Check back in with you when we start to spray. Alrighty guys, so as you can see, we did prime it 3 times. We're gonna hit it with 400. I think we're gonna wait overnight, let it sit. Then hit it with 400 grit, see where our low spots are. Then we're gonna hit it 3 more times with that high build urethane primer. But next time, we're gonna be using a lot better of a gun. I got my buddy who's a professional painter, Mike, you guys know Mike. He let me borrow this gun for now until I can prime this truck, because this thing can spray. He said it can spray primer really good. That cheap gun I had, it said it was rated to spray primer, but I guess you can never trust those things because it wouldn't spray this primer. That primer just did not want to come out of that small tip. I think it's a 1.5 tip, which the guy said when I bought that primer that it would be able to spray the primer with that 1.5, but that's just a cheap gun, man. It didn't lay it down too well, so whenever we do our last coat of primer, we're going to be using a way better gun. This is actually a legit gun. It's got a bigger tip on it and a lot better of a trigger, and it's gonna be a lot better of a gun. But we're gonna wrap this video up here, guys. We're gonna let this thing sit overnight. I hope you did enjoy the video, the time-lapse footage of us restoring this 70-year-old front clip off this 1951 Dodge. If you are new, make sure you consider subscribing because we're gonna have a ton more videos on this truck. So much I can't even begin to tell you guys how many videos we're gonna have on it. So hit those push notifications. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure you smash that like button down below. Check out the Make Mater Great Again shirts that are in the link in the description below. Shout out to Dip and Diesel behind the camera for helping me all day today. Subscribe to his channel for great content as well. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.